Amidst a shifting and uncertain front, Ukraine's 77th Airmobile Brigade once again demonstrated the strength of tactical air operations through a series of precision strikes using FPV drones, successfully disrupting a Russian troop concentration in the Kupyansk sector of the Kharkiv region. The operation began early in the morning and unfolded in several stages, based on aerial footage, when aerial reconnaissance teams detected Russian armed groups moving in small formations toward a frontline crossing. With overcast skies and limited visibility, the FPV drone operators worked remotely, mapping every enemy movement in detail. Shortly after the coordinates were confirmed, the first wave of FPV drones took off from a concealed launch point. Footage shows the drones flying low over the ground, locking onto their targets, personnel taking cover behind natural terrain and small buildings. Precise detonations stopped the first group of enemy personnel, paving the way for further operations. The second wave targeted deeper positions, assembly areas behind tree lines and temporary storage sites. The enemy was seen scattered, trying to take cover behind trenches and makeshift bunkers, but their movements remained under aerial surveillance. Preliminary results, confirmed in an internal report, indicated that 23 Russian combat personnel were declared incapable of further combat operations after the hours-long drone strikes. The field commander of the 77th Airmobile Brigade stated that the operation was part of a comprehensive defense strategy in the Kupyansk sector, where the threat of Russian troop infiltration remains intense daily. "Every meter of ground in Kupyansk is defended," he said in a brief report, "and any threat will be met with the best capabilities our forces have." With superior FPV technology, a track record of precision operations, and the readiness of its frontline air units, the 77th Brigade reaffirmed its commitment to closing any gaps the enemy could exploit, maintaining stability, and defending the Kharkiv region from sustained pressure. On the same day, the powerful ATACMS missile system made an unexpected comeback, striking the Pogonovo training ground where a significant presence of Russian troops was reported. With restrictions on striking Russian territory lifted, the weapon's 300-kilometer range now puts major Russian regions supporting the front line within reach, including ammunition depots, airfields, and logistics hubs. Here, the Ukrainian forces surprised everyone by launching ATACMS missiles against key military targets inside Russia. The powerful weapon made an unexpected comeback, proving its devastating power by destroying one of Russia's most important training grounds. The first signs of the Ukrainian strike came from within Russia itself, when residents began posting confused videos of unidentified missiles cutting across the sky above the Belgorod and Voronezh regions. More clips followed of Russian air defense crews firing rapidly, with visible traces in the sky as they attempted to intercept an incoming threat. Discussions quickly spread across Russian military channels, with analysts speculating whether Ukraine had launched a new class of long-range drone or perhaps a ballistic missile. Later, the Ukrainian General Staff confirmed that ATACMS missiles had been used against military targets on Russian soil. As usual, Russian officials claimed that everything had been intercepted, which was contradicted by images of ATACMS debris, including intact missile casings without visible air defense damage. Analysts assessed that none of the missiles launched at Voronezh were intercepted, as the observed smoke trails resemble those produced by ATACMS cluster variants during mid-air warhead deployment. The smoke trails were spotted above the Baltimore Air Base in Voronezh, hinting that it was one of the targets of the attack. Another high-value one was the Pogonovo training ground, one of Russia's central facilities for preparing soldiers before deploying them toward Ukraine. Reports from the region indicated a significant presence of Russian troops when the missiles arrived, increasing the likelihood of substantial personnel losses, with damage still being evaluated. The renewed use of ATACMS immediately revived Russian concerns about the system's relevance and potential impact. With the restriction to be used on Russian territory lifted, it remains one of Ukraine's most valuable precision tools, with a range of up to 300 kilometers and a proven ability to strike critical military infrastructure. From eastern Ukraine, this radius encompasses major Russian regions that support the front line, with Voronezh, Bryansk, Kursk, and Belgorod among them. Potential targets include ammunition depots, staging areas, drone launch infrastructure, airfields such as Milarovo, and various logistics hubs that sustain Russian offensive operations. ATACMS carries a larger warhead than Ukraine's domestically produced long-range drones of around 200 kilograms and is more difficult to intercept due to its ballistic trajectory. Even sporadic use forces the Russian command to reposition air defense systems away from the front lines, indirectly easing pressure on Ukrainian aircraft and allowing deeper penetration by Ukrainian drones. This shift alone complicates Russian logistics planning and reduces their ability to maintain consistent pressure across several axes of advance. The ATACMS strike coincided with a broader Ukrainian campaign against Russian rear infrastructure. One of the most significant recent operations occurred at the Donetsk airport, where Ukrainian forces used a combination of systems, including the FP2 long-range drone, to hit a Shahed drone storage site. Satellite imagery confirmed that one warehouse was destroyed and another heavily damaged. Ukrainian intelligence had spent months preparing the strike, with up to 1,000 fully assembled Shahed drones and roughly 1,500 additional warheads destroyed in the explosions, which were recorded by several eyewitnesses. Strikes across Donetsk and Luhansk regions. This pattern of strikes continued across partially Russian-controlled Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Footage was released showing explosions in Makiivka and parts of Donetsk city, which disrupted the energy infrastructure and caused lights to flicker during the attack. North of Donetsk, a large Russian ammunition depot in Horlivka was hit as an effort to sabotage the Russian assaults towards Pokrovsk and Mirnograd. The attack was followed by a strike on Dovzhansk in Luhansk, where Ukrainian drones targeted both ammunition and fuel depots, further damaging Russia's offensive capabilities. Another significant strike targeted the Kirovska airfield in Crimea, a key base supporting Russia's Orion drones. Satellite images taken after the strike showed 2 hangars destroyed and visible damage across the drone maintenance zone and a nearby helicopter landing area. Overall, the unexpected reappearance of ATACMS in the strike on Voronezh underscores Ukraine's evolving ability to reach deep into Russian territory with US-approved